YouTube? It's Jacob here, and we're bringing you another one. I'm a digital artist who likes to watch movies with the people, and today we're about to review Stranger Things Season 5. Listen, same thing as I did for the Wicked review. I don't got no cards and all that. Only thing I got over here is the name of these people, because y'all know I don't know no names. And then the names of the episodes. I don't even know why those up, because I can't remember what happened in what episode. This is a spoiler review. I am going to spoil stuff. Go watch it, because I'm about to spoil. We ready? When I say bravo. I mean, I don't know if it's better or at least equal so far to season 4, because season 4 is the best season, because that last episode of season, is it the last episode? Episode 4 of season 4, when Max is about to die and she don't die. Not the end, but when we first see her lifted up and she running, and if only could make it feel it. That part, so good. Like, the whole season was good, season 4. But that episode was like, oh, that's why this is so good. I don't think we got that a little bit with this last episode of this part. But overall, right now, it's like, and then season 5 is just like a little bit above right now. But I think by the end of this, season 5 is about to kill it. Absolutely. You know what? The thing about, and it wasn't until I was watching again that I remembered why I like this show so much. This show does something that I think shows why shows do good, but it does it so well here, which is it has a delicious way of putting all the pieces together. Okay, this character got a little piece, this group of people got a little piece, this little group of people got a piece, but they are so good at bringing everybody together and exchanging the information. That's the thing. In some shows, they don't be exchanging the information. It just be like, oh, now we know as an audience. No, I need to see them discuss what you know. And that's what I like about it. This show is they will have a meeting. They will have a meeting. Okay, and the thing is, they don't have to technically do that, because we as the audience is the most important person, and we just saw it happen. So they don't technically need to retell us what we just saw. But because their interaction of figuring it out is so delicious, we don't mind watching them say it again. Stranger Things. And before we move forward, I respect it. I respect that they decided to end. And what I mean by that is, I can't stand a show that don't know how to end the show. I'm not saying you got to end at 5 seasons. It can end at 3 seasons. Hey, if you want to end at 2 seasons. I respect the shows that's like, nope, this is a 1 season thing. It's just a mini series or moving on. As much as it'd be like, dang, I wanted more. I respect that. Hey, if you say, you know what, we're going to do 10 seasons. That's fine too. What I don't like is you run it down to the ground. And we on season 28. And we like, oh, so y'all didn't even plan to end. And then because you did it so long, people lose interest, and then you don't end it because nobody cares and it gets canceled. So we didn't get an ending, it just gets canceled. Don't got time for that. So I respect when they say this is the last season. Now if they come back in the future, fine, but this is it. We ain't doing no more. This is the end. Because then they button it up, and it's going to be buttoned up so deliciously. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to get that out there because I felt that way for a long time. And then I can't stand it if the show is real good and then it gets canceled for whatever reasons. And anyway, point is, absolute cinematography, CGI. And yes, there's some, like some little wonky areas where I'm like, I know that's 3D, Now, granted, I'm a 3D designer, animator, all the stuff, so I can probably see it a little bit better than others. But that aside, divine. It's so good. Okay, let's talk about the content. The best way I could do this is to go through the characters, because I don't remember what episode, because I watched it all the way through. From first to fourth episode. I'm about to watch it again with a roommate. Very excited. But so I don't remember what happened in what thing. I just kind of remember the big moments. First of all, let's talk about the people that was very delighted to see early on. Start with Murray, the he's not Russian, but the Russian guy. Like to see him as their like their, what do you call it? Like their runner. He's a runner. Like he sniffed me. Look, I got boom boom boom. You asked for this, I couldn't get that, but I got this. All right, look, I couldn't get that, so this is what you got. Love it, love it. I mean, he's like the perfect person for that. I like, and let me just talk about Overbar. I like, you can see I'm very excited. I like that everyone, all the kids have reached a certain level of, it's time to fight. No more running, no more scared, no more, okay. No, time to fight, which is why I was not, and I understand, you know, she's a mom. What's her name? Joyce, because we're not going by actors' names. I'm just getting the characters. Joyce, I get why she's like, Robin, hold on. You ain't gonna sneak my son out to die. Hello? You trying to sneak my son out to die? How about you sneak yourself out to die? She's absolutely right in that regard. What she's not right is, at this point, we have to fight. And with fighting comes danger, comes pain, and maybe even death. And at this point, at this level of drama and craziness, you can't protect me anymore. And she's a mom, so she's going to try, and she's going to continue. I mean, we see it in the last episode. She stands right in front of it because your moms don't see the danger. They see their son and daughter, right? So she is in the right for being a mom. But it also is up to Will to be like, no. It's up to all kids to, at some point, you got to put your foot down on who you are, what you want, what you're going to do, because your parents ain't going to be there forever. And eventually, you are an adult longer than you are a child, although you feel like a child for the rest of your life, but that's a whole other thing. But you're an adult longer. So that means once you start to come into your own, you have to put your foot down. And that's the only way they're going to respect you. And that's across the board. And that's something I think Will discovers, especially at the end, but we'll come back to Will because that's too big of a talking point, so we're gonna come back. Let's talk about, first of all, Dustin, because I think Dustin kind of starts off a little, what's the word? At first I was gonna say annoying. At first I was gonna say, Dustin, you're not being smart, but then I sat back and I tried to put myself in his shoes, and then I realized Dustin, alongside all the children, is traumatized. Dustin is, but I think it's Dustin's on a different layer, because in the sense of Eddie died in his arms. Like, it's one thing someone you love dies. It's another thing they die in your hands. It's a different thing, and he's a kid. So that's already over. And then in this extreme dramatic way, you know, in the upside down. So that's already a lot. Then the person that died was a good person that everyone thought is bad. Let's go back past bad. They think he's evil. They think he's corrupt, and he isn't. They think he's worshiping Satan. Like, that's how bad the people in the town think of Eddie. And Eddie is so amazing. So it's like, on top of, okay, he dies in my arms, and then y'all don't even know he's a hero. So all of that's happening. And he's getting older, and he's getting tired, and he's getting weary, and he's brilliant. Dustin is brilliant. So because Dustin's so smart, anything that's not smart annoys him. And it used to be like playful annoyance, but as he's getting older, it's starting to become actual annoyance. Like, I don't think I should have to explain this because I've already explained it a lot. So I get you, Dustin. But I think Dustin, and I have a weird feeling it's going to come back in the next part, part 2, because I don't think we didn't, okay, for instance, like, he got jumped by those kids. He didn't even feel comfortable saying that, because it's, okay, bullying is absolutely bad, and what they did, how they jumped him at the funeral, at the graveyard, funeral, it's all the same thing. When they jumped him, that was really despicable. That being said, and it was really bad, but Dustin wasn't being smart in that case. And the reason I say this is because right now, Dustin, you need to know that the world's coming to end and we're in danger, and we got to focus on a bigger picture, and you're focusing too small compared to everybody else. And that's easier said than done, because he is traumatized. So Dustin was really throwing me in the beginning, but then I just had to dang, a wonderful person, a hero, died in his arms. as a child. That's a lot. And he still gotta, and we gotta hide this. Nobody can know. Like, that's a lot. It's a lot. So I get it. Since I see his name, Lucas, he a real one. Get you a Lucas. Get your Lucas who gonna be at your bedside. Get your Lucas who knows she ain't coming back. But it's like, but I'm not gonna stop until we sure, because it's too much going on to just declare she ain't going back. So I'm with Lucas. Like, it's like, I ain't gonna just say she ain't come back when we got Demi Gordons and it's still a lot of magic going on. Something can happen. So I'm with him. But for real, he should be like, she gone, ain't nothing to do. You know, putting the music on still like, just in case. And we see later on with Max that it was helpful, but we'll come back to that. So anyway, Lucas is definitely a real one. I'm about to bring up something. Okay, let me do it this way. I'm gonna come back to Lucas because I want to talk about Nancy and Mike's relationship as siblings. And then I'm gonna come back to Lucas. First of all, Nancy is one of my favorite characters because I relate to her because she's a planner. She's a ABCD, EFG. Let's come back to HIJ. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna skip. Then we're gonna real one. But they've all become planners. That's the one thing I like. They've all become like, how are we gonna do this? Let's execute this correctly. Let's be on it. And if it wasn't for Dustin getting jumped, Dustin is on it too. He just said a little slip up moment. But the relationship between Nancy and Mike, their maturity level, they have really matured and become loving siblings and not fight. Because they used to fight a lot in season 1, 2, 3. 3, I think, is when they started like, people out here dying and we arguing. It's time to start arguing. And Nancy's too old to be fighting her older brother now, her younger older brother now, right? So I like their relationship, and the reason I bring that up is because Lucas and and Erica aren't quite there yet. Now I think their age difference is bigger than Mike and Nancy's, but Lucas and Erica's age difference, I think, it's going to take a little bit more time. And Erica is very. Okay, if we're talking about brilliance, if we're talking about smarts, like across the board, Erica is probably the smartest person in the show. Like, if I just sweep past all these faces, Erica is the most smart person on the board, okay? But she's young, she's immature, and she don't take no nonsense, which is a good thing as she gets older. It's not a good thing when we got to get stuff done. However, she said something that she was like, what was it? The part when he was like, when they was like, we gotta get the what's the little chunky boy? Oh gosh, I don't have the chunky boy name. He ain't on this cast picture list. I need pictures and names. That's the only way I remember. It was a chunky boy, who kind of comes in episode 3 and 4. And they like, we gotta help him. She like, is there a reason why you're calling me? Hello. Instead of Erica, we need your help because Molly is missing. Start with that. Like, what are you talking about? The chunky boy. We can help him in the process, but you don't need to talk about him because I don't care. Talk about the chunky boy. I don't have his name. I don't like to say fat. That's why I'm saying chunky. And I'm chunky, but you know. But anyway, he was getting on my nerves, and I was like, just kill him. That's horrible. But that kidnapping scene was so unnecessary. Like, why are y'all kidnapping these people? But it was so funny and so good. And then once he had the wake up call, like the chunky boy, when he was just like, oh wait, this is this. Oh no, Henry really is evil, and I was on the wrong side, and I really need to step up the game. He stepped up the game. I mean, he's a little crazy, he's cuckoo. But the mom said it, what's her name? Joy said it, like, once you be surprised what people can do when you believe in them. Like, when you give them space to do it, you'd be surprised. But if you're holding them back, or you don't believe in them, or you're not giving them the energy, especially in this case, when we are in danger. Okay. Who else before we get on to some plots and questions and things? Hopper made me mad. Calm down. Hopper was making me mad. First, he was making me mad because it was like, okay, same thing with Joyce. Like, I understand your love for Elle and I understand that you're the dad. You don't want no hurt. All that, I get you, and I get it. At the same time, right at this stage of this situation, it's time to let her fight. You gotta let her fight. I understand you like, look, we gotta hold on to the weapon until, you know, I get you. Now we got more weapons. We'll talk about the weapons in a minute. But my point is, it's like, you know, but what made me mad was, all right, we don't know what's behind that door, but I got bombs, so I'm gonna blow it up. And I'm gonna kill me and everybody in here. Hopper! What? I mean, granted, he didn't do it because he opened up the door and realized, oh my goodness, it's what, 11 sister, which I knew it. As soon as he was like, I'm gonna go and do it, I'm like, he ain't gonna die yet. It's too early. And then I'm like, he might die though, but he ain't gonna die yet. Well, no, he already died. We ain't gonna die again. Anyway, point is, I'm like, you just gonna go ahead and blow yourself up. What? And I don't have her name on here. I don't even see her face on here. But the lady, the older lady, that was dealing with the military, like the head of the military. I still don't. Okay, what's my question? I can't tell if she was bad. Like, yes, they was giving us this, like, the military. They coming and just taking over, and yes, they were the enemies. But like, what was her goal? Like, was she just trying to kill Elle? Was that her goal, or because I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, if her goal was to kill her from the beginning, she's bad. If it was like, no, we're gonna kill you now because y'all snuck in here, I don't know. I guess she's just bad because it's too much going on to be criminalizing people right now. Anyway, point is, that was craziness. Let's talk about Max. No. Wait, before we go on to Max, because stuff gets big. Because I want to say Max and Will for a second. Steve and what's the other one? Steve and Jonathan. Get over it, please. Please get over it. First of all, Nancy is not paying any mind right now. You're trying to marry her with rings and mess. What the world? What the Harry Potter is going on? Worrying about weddings when Voldemort is out here. What are we worrying about weddings for? People are dying. So that's what is upsetting about Steve and more so Jonathan. Steve right now, I think, is just kind of like just trying to push through and deal with all this. And then who else? Okay, so let's talk about three. We got Molly. So Molly just got a little caught up. She's a little Alice in Wonderland situation going. It's a little Dorothy going. A little, I don't know how I got here, but here I am. It's a little bit of that going on with Molly. It's nice to see her finally enter the chat because she's been always like the little sister over there. Like, she don't know nothing. Oh, this is perfect. So it took the parents long enough. Your kid's been sneaking out for 18 years. And you just now figuring out that they got demons chasing them and they chasing demons? Dad's been oblivious and mom was a drunk, basically. But let me tell you something, mom stood up, did she not? The moms and dad, I call them the parents, the parent group, the adult group, because it's the adult group, the teen group, and the kid group. Even though the kid group is turned into the teen group. Anyway, let's not go there. And now it's like the younger kid group, right? So it's broken down like that. I love it. Anyway, she really was like, what you're not going to do is take my daughter, although he took your daughter. But I thought it was lovely. The hospital, because she's like broken rib. The mom, think about the mom, and the dad's in the coma. Mom got ribs broken, scars, neck bleeding, all different type of things. She can't even speak. Crazy. Also, if you, and this is why I'm glad Lucas was like, I don't believe in coincidence. What about you? He said, maybe I used to, but not no more. Finally, and I think Lucas is the only one who's thinking broader because of the connection with Max, and there's something he's feeling. So, but it's just like, you find out your daughter is speaking to ghosts. Let me reframe. imaginary friends. At what age? I'm sorry. And then she said, he said, monsters coming after me. And then Mike ears don't perk up. Like, what you mean? Oh, ain't no such thing. No, it's such things as monsters in this neck of the woods. What are you talking about? So that was crazy. Okay, so moving on. Okay. Let's go to L. Because I feel that L is at a stage of like, it's time to go. It's time to fight. If I die, I die. She don't have the thought I'm gonna die. I don't think she thinks I'm going to die. I think she's just okay with the idea that if I have to die to protect my people, then that is what it is. No one wants that. Her dad doesn't want that. Nobody wants that. But Elle has come to terms with it. Like, I think that's the difference. Elle has already made up in her mind, if I gotta die, that's what this is. I think they've all kind of made that up in their mind too. But I think Elle is at that point where it's just like, I'm not trying to die. I do want to live. But I'm ready for that if that's what I have to do. And she knows she's might not be the most powerful now that we, but she's one of the most powerful ones. So she's like, whatever. Okay. Max. Was it in episode 3, we get Max. First of all, Max might be like my second favorite character. I didn't like Max when she came season 2, or whenever she first approached into the show, I was just like, all right, she's just okay. But then as her character developed with her brother Billy, and just as she got more, and then when season 4 came in, I love her energy. And now I think I love her even more because she has this like adventurer energy now. Like, she like, I've been through it. While y'all was out there, I was in here trying to get my life together. Max is like, I've been traveling through a mind. And then I finally found the safe zone. Don't know why it's the safe zone, but I found it. And I was like, forget it. She was like, well, guess I'm going to sleep here. Because tired. But then Molly came and she like, all right, now it's time to get out of here. So I don't know what they're about to do. Cause she like, you kind of got to go back, pretend like you don't know here. Don't know here. Which is like, all right, but like, I don't know how that's gonna turn out. I don't know how long that's gonna turn out. I don't know how strong Molly is now. Her family is strong. Mom is strong. Brother is strong. Sister is strong. The dad is, but the dad's patience is strong. But that's it. So I don't know what's going to happen with Molly and Max, but I'm very excited to see Max. I don't know if she gets out, what will happen? Will she be able to see? Is she blind? I don't think Max is going to make it. I don't think Max is going to come back. I think Max is going to come back for a moment into the reality, talk a little bit, and I think she's going to die. I don't think Max is going to make it. Okay, and then before we go to Will, last exciting thing is we saw Eleven's sister, what is her actual name? Kelly? Anyway, her sister. I knew it. I'm like, it's her sister. It's gonna be her sister. Because so season 2 is my least favorite season. And that episode with her in it was not because of her acting, it just was like a little bit to the left, it felt like. Like, Elle was trying to go and figure herself out and find her family, and she found her family. But her sister is about to really help. Because I always said, like, a final battle, like, Elle is not enough. Elle is not enough. She's strong. She's good. She can fight. She has endurance, all this stuff, but she's not enough. And nobody else has power. They're all brilliant people. This is a brilliant group of people. Like, they're all smart, but like, that's not enough. Because Vecna's also smart. Vecna is extremely smart. So you need to be smart, and you got to be able to kill him. And Elle can't do it by herself. So now we got 8, but you know who we also got? We got Mike. Not Mike. We got Will. So Will's storyline is quite delicious because that beginning of this first episode of season 5, you really realize like the most traumatized person is Will, because he was no one. I don't think anybody has except Elle has felt the same type of alone that Will has felt. Like if I look through, Max is feeling it. Well, I guess they all get to feel it at some point because Max has now felt what it feels like to be alone, like deeply alone and terrified and by herself. But she's alone with strength. So it's like she's alone after fighting and after losing her brother. And so not saying it's easy, but she's fighting a little bit more mature alone. Elle and Will were children and alone. So it's a little bit different. And Will can you imagine being sucked into a world you know nothing about, terrifying, cold, no food, you're just dying by yourself and just like, I'm not gonna make it. Like, and we know he eventually makes it. And but now he's a beast. When that Demogorgon had his hand back in the air, and then he got another one miles away, baby. Miles! Then another one in the depths. Delish. So I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know if he's gonna be able to control it immediately. Like in the next one, is he already like, I got it. He's got to tap in. We ain't got that much time for tapping in. We got 5 episodes left. So I don't know what's about to happen with Will, but that was delicious. That whole end scene. I just watched the like a breakdown of it all. Delicious. They show it was pretty much just one cut, and you know people are flying around, jumping around fire, and all, it's really good. Absolutely delicious. Overall, this show is really good. I'm glad they picked the 80s for this show. I don't think it would feel the same in any other time frame. In any other time zone or time in history, I don't think it would feel the same. I don't think it would feel the same. This was in some city. You know, like it's something about it being in a small town in the 80s. All this delicious pop culture. The Wiz was mentioned. So you know I was hyped. So it just is a really good show, and I'm happy it's coming to an end because like I said, I respect it, but it is bittersweet because it's weird. Like you grew up with these characters, and they were becoming. The story is ending, and knowing people ain't died yet, but get ready, people gonna die. Before we continue, all right. Let me just make my predictions. It's my last thing. Let me say who I think ain't gonna make it. I don't think. Okay, the sister's gonna die because she too loose of a goose. She's gonna die. I don't think Elle's gonna die. Elle's probably gonna die because she's gonna have to like give her all to kill this one, and I think she's gonna give her all, and I think she's not gonna make it. I don't think Max is gonna make it. I think we're gonna see her back in the real world for a moment, like a moment, a loving moment where Lucas can actually say goodbye, and then Max isn't gonna make it. Dustin, I don't think is gonna die. Steve might die because I don't think. No, I think Steve will live, but I think Jonathan might die trying to prove his love to Nancy. Hopper's not gonna die because we already did that. I mean, it could kill him, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Joyce is not gonna die. She better not die. Robin's not gonna die. And then I see Billy. Billy's dead. And then I see Eddie. Eddie's dead. Ventna's going to die. Murray's not gonna die, and Erica's definitely not gonna die. I'm just kind of looking at the names of like the main characters here. None of these other characters are even, or unless they make a comeback. So yeah, that's who I think. That's what feels right to me. Now, granted, they can kill everybody if they wanted to. They could, but I don't think that's gonna happen. It's very exciting. I don't like the time that these are played because they're harder to record. Like I watched them all and was like, I can't record. I'm tired. I just want to bed. So anyway, very excited. Stay tuned. Like I said, I'm not planning to do breakdowns about everything that I watch and things like that. But this is one of those special cases where I'm like, I have to do it. There's so much coming out next year, so I'm like, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I do plan to watch Minecraft. I downloaded it, so I'm going to react to that. I'm really excited to watch that with you guys. So stay tuned. There's a lot of movie reactions coming. Stay tuned for that. If you have not already, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button because we're going to keep bringing this stuff to you. Okay, so this is what you're going to watch. Okay, let's do the Wicked review. Because if you haven't seen Wicked, go see it. And if you've seen it, go watch my review. And then here, let's do Blade Runner. That's a movie reaction. Go on ahead and get yourself a movie reaction. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. One of them.